Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandrago's Cave. Today we are gonna be drawing a character called Suraya Baskut from my favorite One Piece movie. This is the One Piece movie number 4, Dead End Adventure. Suraya is basically like some sort of bounty hunter, like Zorro used to be, and it's a movie that I love. It's my favorite, even with the new ones. I think none of the new ones top this quality material, and I want to talk about it a little bit today. I want to draw the character while talking a little bit in general about the movie and my experience with the movie and what do I think about this. First of all, I want to say this is the last video of the year. I hope that everyone had a nice Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. And I'm wishing you all as well a Happy New Year, because in 2-3 days we are already celebrating the New Year's, okay? As I explained in some of my previous videos, the channel is gonna be having some changes, not in the One Piece content, but in the other content for Inktober that I will explain probably in my next video with the last Inktober video. Okay, I'm gonna leave you here a Inktober link so you can see some of the other Inktovers I've been doing, and yeah, so I want to thank everyone. We're almost in 100 subscribers. It is very nice to see people joining and commenting and sharing the videos, and I've seen in different social medias as well the links running around already with some theories and some talks. That's always very nice, very beautiful, and I appreciate it. Feel free as well to, as I always say, to drop some comments asking for characters that you want to see drawn, and I will investigate the lore, or if I already have some ideas, I will talk about ideas, okay? So, focusing in the story, drawing Suraya Baskut is a very, very cool character. This Dead End movie adventure has director Konosuke Uda and writer for the script Yoshiyuki Suga. So these guys have done excellent and beautiful work. I'm not gonna be tired of saying this during the whole video, and anyone who wants to argue this can jump in the comments as well and we can talk about it. Basically, even if they say always, this is something that has been always said, okay, that the movies at the beginning weren't supervised by Oda. You can't deny that Oda must have checked the stuff before the movie was made, before the movie was released and everything. There must have been some sort of consultation, because the deep lore inside the movie and all the references that we see from previews and all the references that Oda as well took as well from this movie later on for other stories like Nico Robin, Sanji's moves and things like this, okay? I will be talking about everything slowly, but I can't deny, I wouldn't deny that Oda must have had some sort of hand in this, okay? Kind of mark some storylines as well, and some things that need to happen in the story in order to work as a One Piece standalone project, that it could very well fit in the canon without bothering the story and adding really nice and beautiful characters to the whole One Piece world. Good characters and bad characters as well, okay? These two guys, the director and the writer for the script, they are not random people. They have been working as well in various projects for One Piece, like the Toei animation and everything, and Konosuke was director as well from 1999 to 2002, more or less. The movie was released in 2003, so this is kind of something very connected, very tight as well. I think at that time we were doing a little bit of going into Skype and all this stuff. Yoshiyuki as well has been doing the scripts as well, not all of them, but you know, some random episodes, because the One Piece episode, the manga needs to be adapted to a short, 20 minutes short for the anime, for the Toei. So they have writers and script writers that they are in charge of kind of doing this, so the animators can prepare what is the video project. So this guy was as well from 2002 until 2011, that is a lot of years, many years working in One Piece. So imagine imagine if we are people that we love One Piece, and we are all the time reading and watching One Piece and all of these things, and we know many things, and we are able to say as a fans, oh, this is One Piece, this is not One Piece, or this is in the style of this is in the storyline of that. Usopp in this saga wasn't wearing those shoes that someone did in the drawing. Usopp was wearing these other shoes, for example. Or this attack is not from that saga, it's from the other saga. So imagine if we, as a fans, were able to say these things. People that have worked in the manga, or in this case that I'm explaining today, in the anime, they know many more things than we do, in depth. And they know all the details because they have to write it for the manga, for the anime. They have to draw it, and they have to be continuously working in this fantastic project. So, to be honest, you can say, and it can always be said, because Oda at that point was doing other things, that Oda wasn't involved at the beginning, like I said, but even if he wasn't involved, we have these guys that they know about their stuff, okay, and they know a lot, and you could kind of wing it that they didn't have anything to do, but to be honest, I have rewatched that movie many times, and I can see the Oda hand, or I can see the Oda approval, okay, that they done maybe a pass of the storyboard. The storyboard is basic, like the sketch, like the comic, before doing the movie, okay, before the animators start animating and everything. And I have to say, it is very Oda-like. And as I was saying before as well, I think Dead End movie is one of those that Oda, after seeing the movie as well, okay, he let the guys work independently on this. He was satisfied, this was approved, this was released, this was a success. But then I think Oda, some topics in the story, like the feelings, the actions, the fights, and some movements, Oda as well must have had the thought of adapting it to the main storyline and make it canon, like some behaviors with some of the characters, okay? Because you see some things that are happening later in the One Piece story that you can read it already in the movie and they didn't happen in the manga, like Oda as well is drinking from this story, from this standalone story, to be able to compensate and to add more richness to the story of One Piece in general. Okay, I think that is my opinion. That is my opinion. Obviously, I can't confirm. I never met Oda. I never had a chat with him. I can't confirm with neither the director or the writer for this movie. But as a fan who loves One Piece and has watched and read One Piece many times and watched the movies many times as well, this is my honest opinion, and as well as a professional creative, that is what I see that must have happened in the story, okay? Because the similarities are so big, and that makes the whole thing very interesting in my opinion, okay? So here we're kind of defining a little bit. I want to move to be kind of center in the middle. I want to draw, as I said today, Suraya Bascut is my favorite character, together with the bad guy Gaspard in the story, and at some point I will draw Gaspard, probably, most probably as well, but today it's gonna be all about, the drawing is gonna be all about this guy, that is a little bit of a mix with Sanji and Zoro and Luffy. It's like a mix of everyone, and I love it. I want to do only one eye like this, that we will define later in a bit with the shadows and everything, but just more or less to kind of to create a little bit of shadow in the eyes, to make this mysterious type of character and everything that I love in One Piece. So this movie has everything. Nice main characters, you know, the Straw Hats. Nice secondary characters, Suraya Baskut. Nice bad guy, Gaspard with his henchman, Needles. Nice marine officer too. Nicely balanced movie, quite piratey story, okay, to be honest, with the competition, with all the ships around, with all the characters. You don't normally see that in One Piece until that point, and it is beautiful to see the scope of things. How often other people is involved in the pirate world, okay? We always follow Luffy, we follow the Straw Hats, now we've been following Law a little bit, Eustace Kid a little bit, now Kuma a little bit. We follow specific storylines, but and we see the world around and we see the islands around, okay, and we have an idea, but we don't linger much in the towns to see in between the corridors. That is something that is very marked as well in Water 7. In Water 7 we have time to live in town, like you are in Water 7, seeing the people daily life, seeing how they move, how they transport. I think that is my favorite saga in One Piece. I have a video that I'm gonna put here as well, talking about my favorite sagas, that it's Water 7 and Enies Lobby, and how you are able to live the story. One Piece is an excellent work, an excellent project, and I have to say there are some parts that are done. Let's move. They are done nicer than others, like everything. And for me, the Water 7 Enies Lobby is something beautiful, and it is something very similar to this concept. Okay, that even if we are only at the beginning of the movie in the town, in this pirate island, you can see how it works with the initial intro that we have navigating through the story. Okay, I like the humanity of the characters, the realism with them. The marine captain at the beginning is having his introduction and his inner monologue, like with the hands like this on the ship, thinking and looking at Luffy while they are escaping, thinking about these pirates that everyone is talking about and everything. This is something very smoker type of character that it kind of making you be invested in the character. I like to see these kind of mundane things that are happening and these mundane thoughts that the characters are having. We are lately seeing Luffy and everyone, you know, fight and everything, and I love it, but I'm missing this human part. I think now maybe we reached at one point in One Piece that everything is so fantastic in regarding of fantasy, so God's level or superpowers level, or everyone has a fruit, or everyone has a power, or everyone is like using special techniques, that I'm missing a little bit the humanity that we can see, for example, in this marine captain, while realizing that this guy has a 30 million reward and escaping from them, and he, as a human, can't do anything to go and follow them, basically, because the storm and everything at the moment. We have this as well, very nicely explained, that I talked in one of my latest videos that I'm gonna put here about the One Piece fan letter. That is another project, very nice, very interesting, on the side of One Piece. Seeing what I'm saying that I'm missing a little bit, the story through the eyes of common marines, common people, fans, that they are around the Straw Hats, where when they are kind of moving through Shabondi, moving through Marineford, and there are other characters around that we ignore because we are focused in the main characters, and that they are as well having a difficult time or having a nice time. And I miss this. I miss this a little bit in One Piece. This is not a criticism, but this is just a kind of a comparison and an analysis of the movie, and seeing the things that I like and the things that I like a little bit less. Okay, so we have the boots here. He's wearing only black and yellow, so the colors for the character may be very quick to draw and everything. We have this like this. Okay. the movie, okay, starts with a sea battle, a naval battle with Marines attacking the Merry. You know, so beautiful. The sea's done beautifully. The storm, there is a little bit of 3D there as well in the movement and everything. You can see the implementation done very nice as well. I love the movie in some part as well because the mix of style and the extra push in some of the ideas that you don't see normally in One Piece, like the sea is something that we don't normally see in One Piece. We are a pirate story, but we spend most of the time inland fighting bad guys. And when the little pieces that we have, a little bit of sea battle, and you know, cannons flying around, you know, cannonballs flying around and attack and all those things, I love it because I truly would love to see Oda. If you're watching this video, let's do a little bit of sea battle before we finish One Piece, because I think we will all love it, and it is so nice to see the ships. It's nice to see the ships. I find it very interesting as a pirate fan myself, someone who reads about pirates and is interested about pirates as well all the time. I would love to see that as well, you know, and the Sunny at the moment has many weapons, many things that he can use that Frankie has made and everything that I would love to discover and kind of investigate a little bit more. The story of the movie takes us to a pirate gathering at Hannibal Island, and we are able to see this massive hideout while pirates from everywhere have come to compete on this sea race from a tremendous price. 300 million, that is what Luffy is going to be worth later on in the story, okay? It's, you know, very obvious that we need to participate in this story, okay? There is, to access the race, there is this kind of secret way of realizing that it is happening. So Nami has to give a couple of coins to the bartender, to the barman, because he sees another guy doing this. So she realizes about this, Zoro realizes about this, Robin realizes about this, and they said, oh, we don't have coin, we need to do this, let's try to join and do this thing, okay? So this is an epic bar inside a bar. They need the password to access. They go through a corridor, and when it's opening, it is like a massive hideout with like a pit of pirates, like digged inside the island itself, and there's like these kind of different levels with different people around, with different pilots, with flags, like something very piratey island. Okay, we haven't been in a pirate island as such. Not even Hachinosu has been shown as nicely as this. Not even Shabaodi has been shown like this. We see a lot of parts of these islands, but the feeling, I like to linger in the pirate feeling, that you see these kind of misfits and bandits moving around and everything. This is a clear representation of the Nassau, the pirate island in these glory days, if the golden pirate era in the 1550s more or less, you know, crammed with pirates moving around and troublemakers. Don't take me wrong, so those places in One Piece, Hachinosu and Shabaodi, are done very nicely, but I think in this movie the guys, the director, the scriptwriter and everything, and they kind of portrayed very nicely, I would have to say, the concept of a pirate island, because to be honest, in this island it is set by Nico Robin. When we go into this hideout, it's all full of pirates. All of them are pirates, they are pirates currently, or at some point there were pirates as well. Okay, so here in this hideout is where we meet Suraira Baskut, and this guy is epic. I love how he moves, like a little bit like Sanji, jumping, kicking, punching. He fights very nice. He executes his plans brilliantly. He's in general cool. He's called as well the Executioner. I I don't like to call him like that because one of my favorite characters in One Piece that it has only like 1 minute screen is in Mocktown, Roshio, the Executioner, that fights Bellamy for a millisecond and then is defeated. But I love it. So I don't like to call him the same because I think that is too One Piece already. And there is as well. I think there is a reference of him in the fan letter One Piece, he being the woman that is the bartender for the ones that are hyping all the characters, all the swordsmen in the story in the One Piece fan letter. I think the bartender woman there is referenced to Roshio as well. Okay, I'm gonna do Suraira's kind of pose when he meets Gaspard. This is kind of signature pose that he kind of introduces himself. My name is this, boom, and yeah, I'm some sort of bounty hunter myself. And it's like basically like this, with the hand like this, because he just put the hat on, okay. And it has this kind of hairs, this design, okay. You look at it, and for me it gives me vibes as well. Apart from Sanji, it gives me Trafalgar Law vibes as well. So Oda can't deny that this movie was a masterpiece, and he kind of took references as well going forward for Nico Robin's storyline, for Trafalgar Law character, for Sanji fighting going forward as well, for Zoro's representation and character going forward as well, for the determination of the character in other One Piece characters as well. So let's do the hands. It's always big hands in One Piece, big hands always. Like this. I like Luffy when he's fighting at the beginning, when they meet. Luffy says he moves with style. I like that, and I 100% agree. And it is something that for Luffy, that is a very character that is impressed by everything all the time. To say something like this when it's true, when it's not something silly, I love it. And yeah, as I said before, I will not get tired of kind of praising this movie and saying nice words about this movie. If there are some kind of weird things going on about the movie, or some kind of lore that you know about the movie that I'm not mentioning, or I don't know, or I'm not aware, please say it in the comments, because I would like to learn, okay? I miss as well the concept of Akuma no Mi being weird, that you see this in this story as well, with Luffy has a fruit, they shot at him, and he's able to bounce the bullet, and everyone is surprised. Suraira Bascut is surprised, and then Gaspard has a fruit as well, and everyone is surprised. They are called monsters. This is the beginning of One Piece. They are called monsters, and I miss that a little bit in One Piece. Nowadays, everyone has a fruit. Here you see one of the guys, you know, when she shoots and everything, and you know, they're playing with the idea. I would love to see this more in One Piece. I know now we're in the new world, and everyone is powerful, and everyone is but I think I need to see the humanity behind the characters, beyond the fruit as well. Please don't take me wrong. I'm loving One Piece, but it is true that we are going into the Super Saiyan level and to the God level that it's making me miss a little bit the fighting. Like I don't want to see Zoro flying around, cutting. I want to see as well step-by-step fight from Zoro, from Sanji, that you can follow the cuts, you can follow the kicks and everything, and you don't see just a flash of light or a swirl of movement, and you don't see what happened, okay? In this movie number 4, that is nicely done. So I recommend you watch it, okay? Let's start to do the line work, okay, a little bit, and we keep talking in the meantime, because I talk, and I get very excited because I love the movie, and I forget I'm drawing. Maybe at some point I need to think about doing one video only talking and not drawing, and or swap depend of the day and how I'm feeling, and that's it. If I want to express more things, maybe I focus in that and I don't talk much, but we will see. We will see what's gonna be. Okay. So far, I'm enjoying a lot the videos. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for watching it. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for subscribing. And I'm enjoying a lot. And I'm happy to see that you are liking as well the things I'm kind of sharing here. Okay, it's very nice. I wanna do the hair. It goes like this. Like this. And we always have the faces are a little bit like this. Yeah, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Soraya Bascut is a very serious guy, but at the same time very skilled, very fighty, very everything. So I wanna do this one like this small, because I'm gonna paint it in black later. I wanted to paint it in black since the very beginning. I had this idea of doing it like is the shadow of the hat is covering the eye a little bit. I see a lot of Nami using his weather awareness. Where is that in One Piece? Why is not happening anymore? I want to see that. Oda, I have this very interesting theory about Nami here, that he is coming from the Void Century. Basically, I think that's Haki. I think that is high-level observation Haki, specialized, focused in weather. I would say in that video I explained very nicely why I think she's coming from the Nerona family, from Imu's original family. I think there was this war 800 years ago that we know, and in that war she and Nojiko, and they were sent forward in time, and then Bellemere found them in another battle, okay? Probably around in the same place, or I don't know, but I truly think, I explained it in the video very nice, I truly think Nami needs to have a second flashback, like everyone has had so far. She's the only one missing to do that. Usopp is gonna have now in Elbaf. But she's missing to do that, so she needs to have some other things, and I think that is why we are not seeing more weather-related things with Nami at the moment, and other things with Nami, and the story is focusing in other characters, because we will see Nami now, after whatever happens with Imu, and the explanations with Imu, and the connections with Bibi and Lily and everything, there we will learn what's gonna happen with Nami and Lamy, from where does she come. I don't think Oda will leave us just randomly with, no, Nami was orphaned from a war, randomly, no. Nami is from the beginning of the story, and even if you don't want to give her, even Jinbe has 2 flashbacks, even Frankie has 2 flashbacks, that they are characters that join later, even if they are main characters, they join later in the story. Zorro has another flashback, Sanji has another flashback. Why Nami should have left on the side? Because we are regressing, like I always say, and we are leaving Nami, that is basically the second character joining Luffy, to the very end. We are regressing in the story. Okay, so I'm missing that, and Nami is gonna have her own special type of Haki connected to the Nerona family, connected to her own bloodline, I think. We have in this story, in the movie, the bad guy called Gaspard is a former marine, like Drake is supposed to be as well in the story, in the One Piece main story, who took a ship and now is a big problem. He is bad, he's rotten, he is tricking everyone the whole time. That's basically the movie. The whole competition is rigged. This guy is crazy and he is just bored and wants to get entertained. There is a very particular fruit that he has, okay, that is the Ame Ame Nomi candy syrup, but it's basically like jelly. When you eat a jelly, like a dessert, something like that, it looks like that, and the power is unmanageable, undefeatable, basically. He already knows this. Like we initially thought with Mr. 3. Mr. 3 is a character that I love. I love the way of fighting. I love the attacks that he has and the power that he has and everything. And to be honest, I miss that as well in One Piece. Some characters that have a power that you need to find an excuse to be able to defeat. Okay, here you need the aid of something, like when we fought Crocodile and Misu Luffy, Water Luffy, because this guy is a tank. He's a jelly tank. He's big like Don Krieg, like one of these big guys that is difficult to defeat because they are very strong initially in One Piece, okay, like Morgan, like Don Krieg. They are tanks. And on top of that, put the fruit. And then obviously Luffy needs assistance from something that is gonna help Luffy too. Obviously, I'm giving spoilers all the time here in the movie because the movie is already 20 years old, but I don't want to give up everything in the movie. I'm not talking about all the things that you see in the movie, so you can watch it if you haven't watched it and take your own conclusion to see if you like it, okay? But there are things that obviously Luffy needs to defeat the bad guy in all the movies, in all the sagas. We know this is obvious. But there are some things that happen that because of that Luffy is able to defeat the guy. Okay, let's do these lines for the clothing. Looking very nice so far, yeah, I have to say. It's a character that I wanted to do a little bit more cartoonized, and I think I'm getting a little bit more cartoon there. The boots, even more here with the legs. I always love to do very, very thin legs like this. Even if in One Piece you don't have it like that or as much as that, okay, I really like to introduce kind of a little bit my little touch of cartoony, of comic-y, a little bit, like the face a little bit more cartoony sometimes, the hands, the legs, and things like this, okay. There is like, in this story, there is like a parade of ships joining from different rivers, heading up to the mountain. Everyone is cheering. You meet other pirates there, like the Giants, the Gyojins, and so I think we'll call some Bigaro guy as well. Very similar to Apu, this guy, and the Long Arm tribe. But they are not, okay? Most probably, as I said before, Oda saw these guys as well in this movie and said, okay, I can do something taking this Star reference, type of hair, type of clothing, type of style and everything, Chinese style, and develop the other races that at that point, we didn't even know about those things yet, okay? Obviously, Oda had races and things done already in his sketches for the story, and he already knew what he was going to be doing 10 years later, 20 years later. He know already the end of the story, but obviously the story is not completely closed, and he can add things and add probably some random things if he wants, like, oh, I'm going to add another tribe that has 3 eyes. He can add it, but maybe that wasn't there originally in the story, okay? But yeah, at some point I would definitely do a video about Apu, because it's a character that I don't like at all. It's a character that basically I hate, and I want to explain why, and I want to explain it nice. So I will do how I'm doing as well the supernovas, and we are missing only probably him and maybe Hawkins. I'm gonna put here a video about the other characters I'm doing in One Piece, so you can have a look to different characters and different theories, okay? I'm enjoying a lot doing the kind of different groups, talking a little bit about the Straw Hats, talking a little bit about Blackbeard, talking a little bit about Shichibukai, talking a little bit about Supernovas, the rookies, and yeah, I will appreciate 100% feedback. If you wanna say your opinion about what do you think, even if it is not a good opinion as well, you can mention it and we can discuss what would you like me to do in a different way as well, or yeah, I don't know. Or I love to to watch videos, not about One Piece, but in general. I love to watch videos, for example, when someone is talking about a topic and you don't have music bothering you in the background or things like this. Like there's a lot of podcasts nowadays that they talk about things and they explain things, and you don't have music. Music is something that I'm not planning on adding, because for me it bothers me. I understand that a lot of One Piece people that talk online about One Piece, they are explaining things, just talking about things, and they have this kind of presentation of images or moments of One Piece that is interesting as well, and that they edit it and they create it, and I like it, it's nice, but with music in the background, or One Piece music in the background. But for me, it is not the type of content that I would like to do myself. I prefer to talk about something that I'm interested in this character, in this example, this movie, okay, or a specific character, and open conversation, and yeah, at some point I can bring some people to the channel if I decide to do that step and see. Yeah, but it is something that as well, everything at its proper time, okay. This is looking very nice. I am just gonna erase a little bit here and on the hand, and here on the feet as well, just a tiny bit, okay. The way of starting the race in this story is basically there is this massive waterfall. It reminds me to the Twin Caves, to the Sky Island. The movie is made in a very clever way indeed. A lot of references. There is even a guy in the island when we enter the bar and everything that looks like one of the buggy guys in Orange Town at the beginning, the one that looks like Frankenstein. I don't remember the name now. When landing from the waterfall, boom! Naval battle, sea battle again, cannons flying, ships on fire, sinking crews. Where is that in the main story, Oda? I need more pirate concept, Oda. I love Luffy going island by island, fighting the bad guys and everything, but I want to see cannon fights, flying cannons, fire, ships on fire, being destroyed and everything. Not only Shanks cutting Kid in two with his sword, that it is very, very epic. But give me a little bit of cannonballs like at the beginning, like in this movie and everything, okay? That's very nice. And I think I'm 100% sure there is people out there like me that they want to see a little bit of seafaring as well, and combat in the water. Combat in the water with the ships. Let's see what the Sunny can do. Let's see what the other ships can do as well. How we can sink marines as well, or other pirates as well, Many things like this. We missed, you see, talking, we missed this little line there. Talking. But it's okay. Quick, we are able to fix it. We want to see Usopp manning the cannons of the Sunny, destroying ships. Yes, please. And I will love it. I already love One Piece, but I would love to see something like this. It's very... For me, I find this very epic, and when you do it a little bit in the story, I love it, okay? The variety of characters, these random pirates in the competition is supreme. I mean, all of them have their own style, their own figure, their own personality and everything, and I love to see this in One Piece. When Toei, this is actually, yes, a little bit of criticism. When Toei is animating and doing all the characters for the anime, okay, Toei is this company that they do the anime, okay, and this studio, these animators, okay. It is true that what we see in the backgrounds, because it's a very long-standing anime, it is like feeling. You see, the characters are a little bit more roughly done, more sketchy, more basic, more with basic shapes. But in the movie, this is very curated and very nicely done. Okay, I would like to see a little bit more of Toei. If you are watching this by any chance as well, I would like to see a little bit more of quality on the the background people, okay, and I love when they do this kind of change of style. Yeah, the change of style for when we start Egghead or when we start Wano, very beautiful and very nice. You hire people to animate and to direct. Very nice, very nice. But keep it as well in the backgrounds and keep it constant as well, because there are sagas that maybe they are not that cool for people, but if you will animate it nicely and you will make the characters in the background and the characters around Luffy and everyone nicely as well like this, I think it will call more people, it will bring more people to the story. That is something that I know all is about the money, the budget involved and everything, but One Piece nowadays is so big that I don't think we need any kind of conversation about that. I think there is enough budget going on in all the things that One Piece is involved at the moment to be able to do that. Okay. As I said a little bit at the beginning, there is a nice, very beautiful integration of 3D in the movie without being anything out of place. The Going Merry sometimes is 3D done. You can see this when it's jumping, when it's turning around, and the water as well in some occasions is 3D done. The city, like at the beginning, the camera moves and everything, all of that is 3D as well, with some 2D drawings for the characters. Now, I think not only in One Piece, okay, but in general, modern movies, it is highly overdone. Like in Rings of Power, for example, where you have one of the most, if not the most expensive TV show ever made, and the quality looks like a video game. It doesn't look real. It's too washed, too touched, too kind of smushed. Lord of the Rings, made more than 20 years ago. Made up, makeup, real location, puppets, obviously some CGI, yes, but there you have it, real and looking good, with less money, with less time as well to do it. The 2000s, more or less, for me, as a professional, had a glory era when we started to introduce more the 3D in the movies, like the CGI in the movies. It was amazing, like with these ones like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Van Helsing, the fantasy beats of this is nicely done. And if you think about it, this movie, One Piece 4, the Dead End Adventure movie, is from 2003. In my opinion, the golden era of the CGI, more or less, okay? If you know what I mean. Introducing the 3D, but not overdoing it. Now, like in these Rings of Power, you don't see a much improvement 20 years later from the Balrog, for example. Just show me a Balrog better done, nicely done. Don't spend the money in doing these backgrounds and doing this thing that looks fake, and spend the money in doing the Balrog nicer even than 20 years ago. What are you giving me that is new for this? That is what I want to see in a story. In One Piece as well. What are you gonna be giving me that is new? As a consumer, as a reader, as someone is watching this, what I'm gonna be seeing here that I'm gonna find new. Okay, especially in the movies as well. The movies, there's a lot of fight now. It is canon, it is not canon, Shiki is canon, Shiki is not canon. Shiki is from the story. Shiki is not gonna come out again, that is my opinion. I have a video about him here as well that I made recently, and how do I think this can be real. The opinion that I say can be the reality of the character, because the movie concept, okay. But yeah, that is kind of my 3D opinion about the movie, and my kind of opinion as a professional with the integration, okay. Funny concept that I forgot is that in this movie, I think it's one of those few times, if not the only time, that we see the toilet in the Merry. And that is very nice, because they are always showing the kitchen, this and that, but we don't see the toilet ever. And that is something that I find very funny as well. That there is someone hiding there and everything, but I don't want to tell who it is. The Straw Hats, I want to talk a little bit about the Straw Hats nostalgia. I think we kind of have the drawing. I'm just going to be adding some details here and there, but I think the drawing, we have it more or less done. I'm just going to be keeping, adding some details, and let me add an extra little bit of line or something. But, you know, regarding Straw Hat's nostalgia for me, I understand that all of them have now new experiences, difficult experiences to grow, and some even changed a bit, the characters and everything. I understand it, I like it too, but Luffy being Luffy, reckless, innocent, eating more childish. Here in the movie I feel more pre-time skip Luffy, and nowadays Luffy is more childish, but in a very different way. I'm not saying I don't like it, but it is true that I feel it a little bit different, okay? And I understand he went through some problems, very difficult situations, and all the situation with Ace and everything, but at the same time, I'm missing a little bit that Luffy, and maybe it's just me when you grow up, that you can say, oh, I used to do this thing and I don't do it anymore. It can be that pass of time, that process, and I accept it, but sometimes it makes it for me that I miss it a little bit with the characters, okay? Nami, as I said before, being aware of the weather, being leader, not scared all the time, using Zoro's katana at some point to make her point valid, getting upset with the concept of giving up, that you see that, but at some point, I don't want to see Nami scared anymore. She was scared before, and she was more determined before, with the whole ulti thing, for example, running from ulti, Usopp running from ulti. I know the ulti is crazy strong, but man, you pass so many experiences that sometimes I think, especially in the animation with Toei, that they make them more weak than they were 2 sagas ago, and that's something that I don't like. Like Sanji being sweet for real, I miss it, and caring, like we see with his flashback. We understand everything after seeing that. Seeing how later, has the judge experience, the brothers experience and everything, you can see some hints of him and how Oda has taken references as well from this movie to create some of these sides. Oda needs to have supervised this and say, yes, do it like this, because later I'm gonna do something like that as well. The essence of the character is there, like Chopper with his transformations. Please, let's get rid of silly monster point that is silly kung fu and everything. Give me back, please, the 7 transformations with Luffy, with Chopper, fighting and transforming all the time. Because he's upset, boom, he goes big. Because he's silly, boom, he goes small. Because the brain point, it hasn't been around anymore. Where is the brain point? I want to see these things. I know this video may be a little bit longer than normal, but I need to kind of express my full opinion about the things that I'm seeing in the movie, and especially pre-time skip and nowadays, okay? Usopp being scared as well, like I said before, being innocent like Luffy a little bit. Now I think we are gonna have more of those things in Elbaf. But I don't want to say much about Usopp today, because I'm expecting things from him in Elbaf, okay? Robin giving facts, being encyclopedia. She got really quiet lately, I think, to be honest. The world has expanded so much that is so good, okay? But man, I want facts from Robin. I don't want facts from Trafalgar Law or from Saul. I want Robin explaining us things like he always used to be, being, this kind of dark, sarcastic person and everything. And what about Zorro? Interacting, giving opinions, being silly as well. I miss that as well. I understand and I know he has hardened himself after Ace's death and all that happened in Marineford, and the joining of the crew again, and the separation with Kuma, and being in the new world and being Jonko. He has strong expectations about himself, but I miss as well this Zorro that is kind of human, and being human and explaining things and yeah, that is something that I miss about the character. I understand this is growth, but sometimes I miss them, the original them, a little bit. This is me, I think, maybe, as I said, with nostalgia One Piece. It's a little bit of, me. I started reading and watching One Piece pre-time skip, obviously, with the characters like they were, Frankie looking like he was as well, and very early at the beginning of One Piece, almost at the beginning of One Piece, like very early reading One Piece, and I understand how many people, or maybe younger people, can't understand this, or maybe they are more hyped for the spectacularity of the manga, on the situations, the spectacularity of the powers and how they fight. But I saw the progression coming from no one has a fruit, everything is very weird, and I stayed there so many years until we went up until more fantastic and more fantasy world, and I love it because I do storytelling, I write stories, and I do my own stories as well and everything, but I miss that humanity a little bit in sometimes, and this is, as I said again, me being nostalgic. The concept of adventure, friendship, challenges, the comedy and everything, we have it still in One Piece, very remarked, but I think we had more before, or we had it more real before, and now we went more into the fantasy concept. That it's okay as well, and I understand the change, don't take me wrong, I say it again. Something I want to say kind of to finish the video, to finish this talk today. This movie, I think, hits very, very hard as this happens, in my opinion, before Water 7, okay? Before Enies Lobby and all these things, the Ikite moment, the I want to live moment. I know the movie is not canon, this is completely not canon, but knowing what it comes after this, that we go already into, this is straight away before, after Crocodile, after Nico Robin joins and everything, all of this starts to, in theory, is kind of supposed to go there. I don't think it's even after Skype. I think it's in between. We can't place it perfectly because it's not canon, but more or less, at the Skype time, and all the things that happen with Robin afterwards, and all the things that happen with Suraira Bascut and his storyline in the movie, with Gaspard, the bad guy, and other things that are going on at the same time. It is very Robin-like, and it hits hard to see, and it is very emotional to see what is happening here and later what's happening with Robin, and you can't deny the connections and the knowledge of maybe some people here in the movie were involved in what's going to happen later, or the other way around, okay? And it is very nice. In a nutshell, that end adventure movie is a piratey movie with a lot of ships and competition, with a very badass bad guy, a very badass main kind of secondary character that is Suraira Bascut. A lot of fighting, a lot of sailing, and a lot of piratey concept with the pirate island, with the ships around, with the battleships and everything, and the battle at the end happening on a ship while the ship is sinking, while craziness is happening around and everything. So I think if I have to pick one movie to define what is One Piece, I will give this one. If someone asks me, for me, I will give this one. I'm not saying the other ones are bad, but I will give this one first to someone who, I want to get into One Piece. Can you give me, let's see, one short movie, 1 hour movie, 1 hour and 20 minutes movie, to see if I like it, and then I follow, and I will say, yes, watch this one. It's giving you a little bit of everything, and it gives you kind of an impression of what's One Piece about, and what you can expect, and what kind of magic, in this case the Akuma no Mis, is used in this world, okay? If you like this movie, I'm certain you will like the story as well. It happens this as well with Water 7 Enies Lobby. Someone wants to know about One Piece, I will say Water 7 Enies Lobby, it's a double saga that it summarizes what's One Piece about, with feelings, friendship, fights, enemies, and putting the characters to the limit. And it's something very interesting, this movie as well. So I think this is my last One Piece video of the year. Next year we are gonna be doing more One Piece content, more One Piece characters drawings, more theories, more analyzing episodes, analyzing movies, analyzing everything. And I got for Christmas the Sanji cooking book with recipes and everything, so I may even do some drawing of Sanji cooking something, I don't know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this year of videos and characters and drawings. I'm gonna sign. This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want, and this is the Mandragon's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video, you enjoyed the theory, enjoyed this year, and Merry Christmas to everyone, Happy New Year to everyone, enjoy the holidays, rest, play video games, read some nice books, watch some movies, and watch and read One Piece full on every day if you can, because it is incredible, it is amazing. I'll see you next year. Thank you very much. Bye.